When this man was found, he was sitting in a easy chair with his hands folded and was shot while he was actually.
You killed Lonnie in cold blood and you killed Russell in cold blood. You are a serial killer. You continuously assaulted my child when all she did was look. You worse.
What you just witnessed? That's the chilling reality of Lace Christian. But what you saw in that easy chair wasn't a struggle. It was the end of a calculated trail of betrayal. Lace Christian stood before Judge John Stevans facing 40 years for the cold-blooded murders of Lonnie Scott and her relative, Russell. She claimed self-defense, but the physical evidence was damning. Why was Russell found peacefully asleep in his chair when she claimed he attacked her? From surveillance lies to the betrayal of her own niece, Lace was a predator hiding in plain sight. Today, the families finally get to look their monster in the eye and demand the truth that she's been running from for years. If you want to see how forensic evidence and GPS data dismantle even the most calculated lies in court, hit subscribe for more deep dives. Let's head inside the courtroom for day one.
Lace Christian, the matter of Lace Christian is hereby called. Two cases, 22-40354 and 22-41222. Lace Christian, guilty.
Yeah, she got some those one fallback.
223. And this shows she pleaded guilty on February 23rd. I don't have February 23rd, 2026 here on my screen to refer to.
Just we may have already processed the plea papers.
Also a little confusing, Judge, because she had two different sets of cases that are unrelated to each other with two different lawyers. So that may be creating some chaos as well.
Okay.
But
There is another case. So we have two murder cases here
yes, Judge.
on different dates.
Yes, Judge. And we're
Okay. I do have on 41222, I've got nothing here.
that's what the
That's
1245 is for.
1245 goes to that, Judge. She's admitting to committing that one, but she pled to the other one.
Is this you?
Yep, yes, Judge.
Okay, I didn't.
I had a cool,
I can't thank you.
if I had a cool name like John B. Stevens, I would write it all out. But
you said there was another lawyer involved.
there's
There was a sexual assault of a child that she also pled to. It's already been
We don't need
sentenced.
any other lawyers
No,
to be here
no,
this hearing.
yes.
She's already been sentenced on that one.
You're handling both of these
That's correct, Judge.
independently
Correct.
indicted murder cases
Yes,
on this lady.
Correct.
What is our master plan?
We're asking you to follow the agreement.
Which is a cap of 40 years.
Correct. There's a
Well,
fun stuff in the pre-sentence report, but it's okay. I think she covered it in the second memorandum that we were having trouble with her accepting responsibility, but she did, I think, in the second memorandum. Kind of.
in each of this states though that 41222 will be dismissed.
Yes, but you're considering the 1245 allows you to consider the punishment for it.
Okay. I
But
just
yes, sir.
wanted to make sure.
Yes,
that
sir.
There's not going to be, there will be dispositions, but one guilty disposition, one dismissal
Correct,
disposition.
correct.
Call two cases, 22-40354 and 22-41222. The state of Texas versus Lace Christian. That is you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Present with Mr. Gertz, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Earlier, you pleaded guilty in cause number 22-40354 to the first degree felony of murder, which alleges that you shot the complainant with a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, killing the defendant, the complainant, and that this is a first degree felony. And a pre-sentence report had been prepared. Have the parties had an opportunity to review it? Are there any corrections or changes to it, state of Texas
Not from the state, Judge.
and defense?
No, Judge.
Then it's made a part of this hearing for all purposes. Now, the agreement is whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 40 years imprisonment. So we are looking at no less than 5 nor more than 40 years confinement in prison.
Yes, Judge.
And is deferred or unadjudicated probation even on the an option?
No, because of the nature of the offense, Judge.
And regular probation is certainly not as well.
Correct.
So it is a flat time issue.
Yes, Judge.
And one other case, 22-41222, that will be dismissed as part of this agreement, but the court can consider the facts under that case in making its decision of the sentencing in this cause number 40354, and 41222 is an indictment handed up for the first degree felony of murder. Okay. State of Texas may open and close. Go ahead.
Judge, of course, we're asking for the 40 years. There's 2 homicides that she has admitted to. One that she pled guilty to, one she's admitted to in the 1245 that she also committed that one. So with 2 murders, it's easy to say 40 years is kind of light, but due to the circumstances of everything we looked at and talked about, and the fact that she's kind of accepting responsibility. I'm going to get into that. The problem I have with this whole thing is when she first did the pre-sentence report, she tried to go away from not taking responsibility. She didn't want to take responsibility for this homicide. Then she cleared it up. And when she clears it up, then she comes back and tries to blame it on her friend who has never met this man. She says that this man, Russell Rito, pulled his penis out and tried to get her to do things. And so they ended up shooting him, killing him. But when this man was found, he was sitting in a easy chair with his hands folded, fully clothed, not looking like he had even moved, and was shot while he was actually sleeping on the easy chair. And unless she took the time to try to dress him back up and do all the things to cover up what had happened, which doesn't make sense if that's the reason why she's saying she killed him. She also lied to the police whenever the police started talking to her about whether she'd gone back over there again. We have surveillance video and also her GPS showing she went back over to the house again with her friend to go take a cell phone back and to check on things. The next day, she says she went and tried to check on her grandfather, acting like she didn't do anything, knocking on the door. She said she knocked on the door to see if he was there, and he wasn't there, or didn't answer, so she went to the neighbors. But when you watch the videos, she gets out of her car and never goes to the door to knock because she knows he's dead. She goes and talks to the neighbors, acting like she never knew anything had happened. When you look at everything this woman has done in every one of these offenses, she has lied to every moment. She has done everything. The only thing she's telling the truth about in this court today is going to be that she actually shot him and killed him. That's it. And I don't care about the motive. I don't care about anything else. She's admitting to doing it. And so we're asking for the 40 years. And she also admitted on Lonnie Scott, who was an Uber driver, that she had a one-time sexual encounter with, and then she's admitted to actually killing him also. So we'd ask for the 40 years. I don't think there's anything less you can give her.
Judge, we want to just follow the agreement at this point. Candidly, Judge, my client has struggled. She's had a lot of difficulty in her life and has trouble trusting people. And I think that has yielded a number of times in dealing with the police and the probation department where She has not been forthcoming in a way that she has been with me, but what I can tell the court is she has now in the sexual assault cases and now in these cases is here accepting responsibility, and we want the court to follow the agreement, please.
All right. Did you want to say anything, ma'am?
So
No. Okay. So I want to just be clear on a criminal history. We've got this previous aggravated sexual assault of a child conviction, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And this was a sentence that occurred just recently,
Correct, Your Honor.
where she received 12 years imprisonment. And this was an offense that had dated back to 2014, correct?
Yes.
That's correct, Judge.
The court has reviewed the pre-sentence report and a recent memorandum supplementing this report submitted by the Jefferson County Probation Office. That was performed at the request of the defense, which asked for a supplemental due to statements that she had made during the interview. And then there is what happened the day of the offense. And I'm going to ask from probation, is probation officer here? That is,
the author's not here, Your Honor.
okay. All right, y'all have read it.
Yeah.
And there was some concern about the defendant pleading guilty, and then in her explanations of her version of the events, seemingly not admitting responsibility for this.
Yes, Judge.
So that was from the original pre-sentence report. So we supplemented this with a follow-up.
Yes, Judge.
And then in this report, the way I read this, I'm still confused. It seems like she continues not to accept responsibility. That someone else is the one responsible. Can that be explained for the record? Because she's pleaded guilty under oath.
She has.
And I think we made it clear and methodical, but it's as though she's pleading guilty but I'm really not as guilty as you might
Right.
think.
But as the court knows, when you have these types of offenses, one of the things is that people get charged even as parties, and they don't have to be specifically said as a party or anything else. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I am saying that had we gone to trial, she is well aware that she was present, she participated actively, and I think she's having candidly sort of a mental block about really saying I'm the one that pulled the trigger. But the reality is, Judge, that she is accepting responsibility through her plea and in recognition that she would be convicted as a party at worst, even if those events are somehow how she described. So
Is all of that true, what he's saying?
Yes, sir.
You understand? What I understand Mr. Gertz is stating, and in the legal way he does things, which is a good way, and an appropriate way. You have pleaded, the fact of the matter, you have pleaded guilty. And I ask you, when you pleaded guilty under oath to murder, are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty? You said yes. And do you understand that someone can be guilty of murder by willingly participating in the act of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you admit that you at least did that,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you did that voluntarily, knowingly,
Yes.
and accept responsibility for being part, if not completely responsible, at least being part of the responsibility as a party to the offense, as the law states, parties to an offense are culpable or can be held responsible under law.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else to add by anyone?
And Judge, part of that,
Yes.
it's just there's shame and embarrassment and things like that when you do something that you shouldn't have done and you know you shouldn't have done. And so I think that's just one of the challenges that people have as a natural human reaction here. But again, we're asking the court to just follow the agreement and accept her acceptance in the form that it comes, and asking the court to follow the agreement.
Anything else? Anybody?
Yeah.
If nothing further, then Lace Christian, I'm going to find you have pleaded guilty to this first-degree felony of murder voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1, admitted at your plea hearing, to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And your culpability has been supported as well by the findings from this hearing that you admit to being a party to this offense voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and being responsible as a party to this offense, which resulted in the murder, homicide of a human being. You took an active role in that to make that occur. Correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this first-degree felony of murder. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 40 years. The judgment shall reflect that a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used in the commission of this offensive murder. Anything else to add?
Judge, I do have family members from the 1245 that would like to make a statement as an allocation.
Okay. And we're talking about section 12.45 of the Texas Penal Code, which allows
in the jury box, or do you want over here?
she can be right there. That's fine.
You want her to come sit at council table with me?
Yeah.
Judge? Okay.
We're section 12.45 allows evidence of other bad acts or crimes can be considered in the disposition of a case if proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which the court finds in this case that the defendant voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently either committed murders individually or as a party to this offense under law, makes her culpable as either a principal or a party to this first-degree felony of murder. All right, go ahead. And please introduce yourself so the court reporter can know.
Good morning, my name is Sarita Rice. I'm the sister of Lonnie Dean Scott. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
And for the records, the sister of,
The
victim of the 1245, Judge.
okay,
I'm the sister of Lonnie Dean
we
Scott.
have two victims here in
And I'm
these.
the cousin of Russell Rado.
Okay, so you're related to both
Yes,
victims then, a cousin to Mr. Rito, for which the defendant was sentenced here, and then you are a sister
Of Lonnie Dean Scott.
in the other, this is 4122, which was the other murder
Yes.
that the defendant was held accountable for. Go ahead, please.
I promised myself I wouldn't get up here and cry. These type of things you can never prepare for. I don't want to be up here alone. Being here is torture enough. You were my first. I don't know you, but you were my first. And when I say you were my first, you are the first time that I ever in my life, I'll be 53 years old on the 14th of this month. You were the first time ever in my life that I had to bury anybody. My mother had 6 kids and adopted 2. That's a total of 8 kids. All of us are grown. My mom had all her kids until you took my brother. I don't know what you told these people, how you felt about my brother, but I'm gonna tell you who my brother was. He was not a victim of recidivism. I looked up his file. Last time my brother was in trouble was in 2008 for a marijuana case, less than 2 grams of marijuana. He liked to smoke his weed. But let me tell you who my brother was. My brother had been to prison 3 times for drugs, not selling drugs, for being on drugs. He had a problem. If he never raped nobody and he never killed nobody. When my brother got out, he got his act together. He started attending classes. He was a foreman. He got certificates. He even became a business owner of his own transportation business. I had all the paperwork packed up to go. But when I went to pick up my sister up, I left it there. And I believe everything happens for a reason. But my brother had his own transportation business. He was an Uber driver. He was so excited about being an Uber driver. He would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drive to Houston Intercontinental Airport just so he could, that was his favorite place to go because that's where he made the most money. To go pick up people and bring them to their jobs, to back here to pull up into the port. He was the taxpaying citizen. He went from going to prison 3 times to changing his life completely. You know what else he did? He became a homeowner that my family is benefiting from. Yeah. He became a homeowner. Legally the right way. He went to work every day. And he saved up his money and he bought a home. Something he never did in his life. He was proud of his life and we were proud of him. He was a family man. He was. We would all get together, do karaoke. He would sing, he would dance. He was not the Lonnie Dean Scott that went to prison 3 times years ago. He was a new, revised citizen Lonnie that all he did was just worked, went home, you know, did what he liked to do, but he never bothered nobody. Well, my brother messed up is that he trusted you, just like Russell trusted you. And you took advantage of that. You took advantage of him trusting you. He was a single man. You knew he was an Uber driver. You knew he had cash money. I don't know what your motive was, but you knew exactly what you was doing. You did it. You did it, and you need to take responsibility for what you did. You killed Lonnie in cold blood, and you killed Russell in cold blood. You are a serial killer. A person that kills a person 2 or more times within a cooling period. Only God knows if that was the only 2. But we're going to speak about what's facts. You killed my brother in cold blood. You wasn't fighting for your life. He didn't try to rape you. You and him wasn't in there fighting. That didn't do none of that. Because you know how I know? I seen how you came into his house. My brother was asleep on his recliner. I started to wear the tennis shoes because you know what else we had to do? I had to do, thank you for my first again. I had to go clean up his house. I sure did. The blood that seeped through his couch on his floor, I had to see that. I had to get that up. The blood matter that was on that pillow that you used, that you put on his head, it shot through that pillow so nobody wouldn't hear. I had to get that up. I had to clean this whole house up. You did that, and you need to take accountability for what you did. You are who you are. You're not going to change, in my opinion. You are a menace to society. You have hurt and ruined so many families. You have hurt and ruined so many families. My mom is 76 years old. She never lost a kid in her life. Until you decide to take up on yourself and murder. You didn't just stop with 90. You went to Russell and whoever else. And you know what? You didn't stop on your own. You got stopped. You got stopped. So you can sit up here and tell these people whatever you want to tell them. But I know, and everybody else know, because pull off the smiles. You stopped because you got caught. Killing 90 was enough for you. You went on to Russell, and whatever happened between that, don't nobody know. Only God knows. But you are who you are. You've hurt my family. My family is still hurting. I've been on depression pills. I've had loss of sleep. I've had to bury my brother. Me, the baby girl. I have a son. No parent wants to bury their son, their child, whether it's a son or daughter. Should I have to have that responsibility? No. But my mom came to me and she said, Sarika, you're going to have to do it. I can't do it. At that time, I had surgery. I had a femur broken on my left leg where I have a rod in my left femur right now. I had to throw my crutches to the side because I was on crutches at that time. I had to throw my crutches to the side with 32 staples and do what needed to be done. I couldn't say no to my mom. I had to do what needed to be done. You did that. That's something I would never forget. I can't get the vision out of my head what I saw in that pill, what I saw when I went in that house. After the crime scene, people came and told us we can go in. I don't know what his wife saw. I'm pretty sure the same thing his side of his family saw. But you know what I know that people didn't see? Your family didn't see what we had to see. So your family can still call you, come visit you, talk to you, write you. You can still go to the day room and laugh and play dominoes or play cards and make soups, make spreads. I know how they work. I did 10 years at TDCJS in Florida. So I know how they work. I don't hate you. I hate what you've done. I don't think that you're good for society at all. I think if you get out, and when you get out, you're gonna do the same thing. Because you didn't stop, you got stopped. You didn't feel bad about what you did. You didn't have any self-convictions and say, let me turn myself in because what I did was wrong. You didn't. You didn't call after you shot my brother. You didn't say, oh, I feel so bad. Let me call the ambulance. You didn't do anything. When I got my brother tennis shoes that he had on, they were still warm. They were still warm. It wasn't long before, after you did what you did, that we was there. I have those tennis shoes at my house now, and a couple of his suits and clothes, because that's all I have in memory of him in pictures. Russell, I met Russell 2 years before you murdered him. I didn't even know that. Yeah, your grandpa, that's my cousin. That's my first cousin. He was a good guy. I believe in second chances or whatever. He was a good guy. When I was on them crutches and had them 32 staples in my leg and couldn't walk, was non-weight bearing for 3 months. Russell came, checked on me, brought me food. Yeah, on like clockwork. He took care of me. Diane couldn't be here today. No, you know her. I see how you looked at me when I said her name. She couldn't be here today. But she did write a statement, give it to the parole people. I hope they read it. But you've run my family. I think you deserve the max. I don't think there's no hope for you. Because you don't have any remorse. Of course, when people come to court, they're supposed to say what they have to say. But like I said, you were my first. I will never forget you. I had to go buy a hat. I went and bought my brother a tie, a shirt, a suit, underclothes, all that stuff I had to do. I didn't want to do that. I never buried nobody in my life. I was forced. I didn't want to have to do that. And to see it didn't have to put my own personal health at risk because I'm supposed to be non-weight bearing to go do the things that needed to be done when you bury somebody, death certificate, going to the funeral home, coming to Ken down here to I think his name is Ken Paxton that's on the paperwork because my brother didn't have life insurance to get help with his funeral. Yeah, I think you should have to pay that $600 to $800 back. Yep. All that. I never had done that before. Get a death certificate, had to sign it. I had to do everything. Stuff that I didn't want to do, stuff that I never knew nothing about. Because of you. So, as far as I feel about you, like I said, I don't hate you. I hate what you did. You took away a son, a father, a family member. Lion didn't deserve that. He did. If Lion was a bad guy and was around, doing awful things, I wouldn't even be here. And God in heaven, no, I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't back that up. But I knew my brother. And I knew the man that he was. He was a godly man. He was going to church. He was getting up and working every day. Like a citizen. Paying tax. He didn't deserve it. My family didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. So what I have to say to you is that do your time like you did the crimes. You killed those people. You had no remorse when you did it. Honestly, I wish you wouldn't went to trial. Because I know when you go to trial, they play all the phone recordings and everything. And like I say, put on the smile. So all the phone calls you was making while you was in here and all that, I wish you wouldn't went to trial. I really wish. But we're here now. But yeah. I hope when you're in prison, I hope you do all your time day for day. I hope you stay healthy while you're in them. I hope you get up every morning and I hope the people that you murdered hunt you. I hope you can't sleep like I couldn't. I've been to my doctor so many times. Never been on depression pills. I had to put cameras around my whole house is full of cameras. Every corner, the middle, the side. I have so many cameras now because of you. I didn't live that way. And I'm a God-fearing person. Because of you, you had me living in fear. Every time somebody would pass by and a camera would go off, even if it's a car, I'm looking out the window. You did that to me. You hurt me, you hurt my family, and you need to pay for what you did. Just like you did the crime, you need to do the time. And I still pray for you. Believe it or not, I pray for you. I pray that God heals your heart. I pray that God, whatever this sickness is that you have, I don't know if it's a sickness or if it's a desire, if it's something that you like to do, if it's something you get off on. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a sickness. I think it's something you get off on. But I just pray and ask God that God really help you because you need it and you're going to need it. And these people up in here, everybody have a job to do. And everybody's doing their job. But there's only one God. He got a job to do too. And one thing about him, we can ask for forgiveness and he can forgive us. But we still have to be punished for what we done. and you need to be punished. You need to stay punished. You don't never need to get out. No family should ever have to come in here and do this. Ever. Ever. I don't know how long I'm gonna be messed up behind my brother. I miss my brother. I do. I miss him. And every time he comes to my mind, I always say, not now. Not now, Lenny, because I don't want to cry. I just want to push it away. When I'm going to sleep, you think of everything hits you when you lay down. And here come mine. I'm like, not now, Lenny. I gotta sleep. So I just pray God have mercy on you. I hope you get the max. You deserve the max. And you don't need to be out where you can harm nobody else. Children, women, dogs, cats, singing, walking, and talking. Go do your time. Because we doing ours.
Hi, everybody doing? My name is Nikita Myers. I'm Reginald's cousin, and I'm Lonnie Scott's sister, the third to the oldest daughter that my mom have. And like my sister said, when my brother died and they brought him out in the black bag, and we was all standing outside. The day after that, me and my sister go to the house. We clean blood off the walls. We clean blood off the floors. We clean his house, everything. I mean, it was gross. It's something I don't want nobody to witness. It's something I don't want nobody to go through. Like I said, it's my brother. I love him with all my heart. A lot of my family, I don't know if they taking it to well. I'm still grieving because I feel like it's not true. That it ain't happening. That he's still here some kind of way. But I know he not. And I don't know you. I don't know what you're going through. But I'm pretty sure if you had somebody that did the same thing to my brother and my cousin that did to your family member, you'll feel the same way we feel. You need help. You really need help. And I don't know nobody that's gonna sit up in this courtroom and take up for you and take your side when you kill two people. Then when you kill one man, you went back to go to the house after you killed him and then turn around and kill another man. That's cruel and unusual punishment. And you need to be punished. You need to be punished. You need to pay for whatever you did. And like I said, I don't know you from Adam. This is my first time seeing your face. I took off work just so I can look at you in your face and tell you whatever they give you, they need to give you. And I'm here because I want justice for my brother because he can't do it for himself because he's not here. That's why I'm here. I want justice for Lonnie Dean Scott. I want justice for Reginald, your grandpa. They need justice because you here, they not. You can leave here and go back in your cell. They here, they not here. You are. You can still live your day while they in the graveyard. We gotta go visit them in the graveyard. Whatever you guys give her, she deserves. She deserves. Don't show her no mercy if she didn't show them none. And I'm through.
And one more judge from the mother of the child who was previously there was a sentence. We waited until everything was sentenced
All
before
right.
he came to speak. So
Go ahead, please.
How you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm April Robinson and I'm the mother of the child that she assaulted, her niece. I'm here today standing for my daughter, Lace's niece. My daughter trusted you. She sincerely loved you. And you betrayed her. You violated her in the worst way possible, ever. And as a mother, you also did it to me because you know how I am about my children. And I trusted you with my daughter. And you know how Leah feel about y'all. And you did her bad. You did her wrong. For years, you continuously assaulted my child when all she did was love you. That's the worst. You're the worst type of person. And although you did all those, you couldn't even take accountability for what you did. You lied. You made her family, your family turn on her. You know what that did to her? That her own people gonna turn their back on her for you when you know what you did to her? That's the worst. It's the worst. You can't even take accountability for what you did to your own niece, who you supposed to protect and love and make sure nobody else on the outside harm her. You harm her.
You doing bad to her, but you know what? Even in spite of, God is good and he sits high and he looks low. My daughter is prospering. She's intelligent. She's doing wonders. Nothing you did to her is stopping anything that God has set for her to do. She's doing everything despite of what you did to her. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I'm here because I hope you sit in prison every day of your sentence and you suffer. You look like you suffering right now. You can shake your head all you want, but I pray every day that you're in there, you sit and you suffer and you take what you did. Not only to my daughter, but also the murders. That you sit there every day and you think about what you did and you take it off because you did that. Take accountability for what you did. And get that suffering that you put on my child, that you put on his family. And I'm gonna leave it at that because at the end of the day, God controls all of this. And I'm glad he gave you 40. That was my prayer. Thank you, Judge.
Anything else?
Okay.
In this case, then we're in recess. Thank you. Next, anything else? By anybody? Oh, on any other cases? No. Are there any other matters from the state or defense to take up? No? Y'all don't have anything?
No,
Y'all are talking about something else. Okay.
Yes.
Then we are in recess. We'll be picking a jury here at 1:30. Thank you.
Judge Stevens made the call. Lace Christian is heading to prison for the next 40 years. But here's the question. Was 40 years enough for a defendant labeled a serial killer? Comment below, Team Lonnie or Team Lace? Did the legal system offer more mercy than this woman actually deserved? If this case got you thinking, hit like. Share this video with a friend who loves following high-stakes courtroom drama.